everybody, my name is Sarah K. Regley and welcome to my channel. This video today is based off of a request from one of my subscribers asking about, well, how do I number crunch for college? And that's an excellent question. And things can become very messy as you start receiving your letters back from schools saying that, yay, you got accepted. But then how do you lay out the numbers in a way that helps you know how much is this thing going to actually cost? And how can you put it in an organized manner so that way you can compare all the schools at once? Now, mind you, I am not an Excel aficionado. This is not my jam. This is a tool. It's not glamorous and it's not fun, at least for me, but it's helpful. So come to the place where you can recognize and enjoy being helped by technology, as we are helped every single day. So we're gonna jump into the computer. I'm going to walk you through how I have it laid out, and let's get to it. All right, so now we are in the computer. As you can see, I have this already kind of set up just as a basic outline, and to save us some time, in this 3-row, we have our different schools, which is University of Private and Cool, the State College like no other, and I'm a commuter community college. Clearly, you will put actual schools you apply to in these places. Column B, we have costs and expenses. In E, we have just some examples of things that you can place in here, such as annual tuition, room and board, books, groceries, personal care, vehicle expenses. And as you have more things that come to your list of expenses, you can add them to this column. Now hold up. I know that Excel is extremely boring. I think it's really boring. And for the longest time, I ran away from using stuff like this because it's boring. And I'm an artist and I like patterns and colors and I don't like white boxes, but we have to use these white boxes when the time comes for math. Let's just start putting numbers in here to, oh no, my face disappeared. We're back in action. My face is not disappeared anymore. Okay, so we're going to type in just general numbers. So let's just say this tuition for this very cool private and cool university is $40,000 a year. Room and board. Some schools, if you're dorming, some schools you have to buy like their meal plan. For the purposes of this, let's just say this one is $12,000 a year. Books, let's just throw in $500. This is totally determined by whatever major you're in. Groceries, $2,000. Personal expenses, $1,000. Vehicle expenses, $1,200. Everything's paid off. And once you have all of these numbers, you can get the sum total of what all your expenses would be. So I recommend we do the expense total a little further down in case you have more expenses that you want to incorporate into this. Expense total. We have all of our numbers right up here. We just do this equation called where we do equal sum, which is capital SUM. And then we put these in these little brackets here. So we have G6. And then we want it to go through G11. And then we end those little brackets. So all of these numbers right here are going to be added into this total down here. All right, so now that we got this whole situation taken care of, we can see how much is this University of Private and Cool is going to cost us. We have the expenses total. We have room in case we have more expenses you want to place in here. Do remember that if you want to place more things in here, in order to get the sum total, you're going to have to change the equation in here for those to add up. It won't. It'll only change automatically if you change one of these numbers right here that you've already punched in. But just some space in case something else comes up. This is just for an example. So now that we have what our costs and expenses are right over here, we're gonna scroll on down to income, savings, any way that you're going to get money coming in. So let's just say you get an athletic scholarship for $20,000, grant for $7,000, and let's say your parents have $10,000 in savings. Since this is only annually, we'll put $2,500 for this year. Let's say you saved up $10,000. You have another $2,500 in this column. Let's say you do a part-time job. Say you earn about $15,000 a year, and a summer job you get a little extra because you're working really hard. You get an extra $2,500. Now if you have extra things come in, we can leave some room here. Notice I didn't include loans. I'm very much not forgetting student loans unless you're studying something that you know you'll get your money back with those loans. However, if you want to put in a loan, you can add that as well. Just to throw it into the mix. Let's just say it's $5,000 is what you were thinking you would take out in a loan. The same equation we did up top, so equals sum, get the little brackets going of G, now we're starting in G26, G26 colon through G32. So now we have our total down here. Now if we look at our two totals, we can see that even this, all of these combined, doesn't quite add up enough to cover these expenses. And this is why this exercise is so important, is you may see, okay, this is what I have coming in. Will it be enough with these loans? So as it is, you're already looking at $20,000 of the loans. So depending on what you're studying, you may not want to be carrying that with you, or maybe you'll earn that in like 2 years of whatever your future job is. This is just a tool to help you decide if this is something that you want to do. Okay, so now we're going to get our sum total from this column, and we're going to essentially subtract our expenses from our income. So we get grand total here at the bottom, and we're going to do equal big ol' sum, put the brackets in there, and we're going to do G. So remember, this is our bottom number first. So G 37 minus G, I'm going to roll up, see what this is, G 19 minus G 19. And we see that we are negative in our haphazardly put together example of negative $2,200. And so this is just an example of how you can create a way of being like, oh, so I need $2,200. So say, okay, you tell your scholarship committee, I still can't afford to go to your school, because you clearly can't afford to go to the school because you still owe so much money. And say, hey, they're like, you know what, we will give you an extra $2,000 a year because we really want you to play for our team, right? And then you realize, hey, if I work an extra so many hours then I can earn an extra $200 that you need. Having an idea of how much you're getting in, how much is going out, you can see how you can plan. So this is a possibility for you. This is all that is. And as you continue to build off of all these different, you get new schools, you can punch in the new numbers, and you can have a side-by-side comparison of how much do you need? How much is a school worth it to you? And this is just to help you have an outline of seeing it rather than just shuffling through a bunch of papers and hoping for the best. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. I know that was a bit dry, to be quite frank. I tried to make it as lively as possible for you all. However, it is helpful, and part of becoming an adult is allowing these really dry things that you don't want to do help guide you so you can eventually do the things that you do want to do. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sarah K. Wrigley, and I do videos about growing into the kind of adult that you want to be and giving you the tools that honestly school didn't really give you. And let me know, is this something that's helpful to you? What are some tools that have helped you budget for the future and plan? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye!